Oh, we've got a Danita 3000. I can't remember. Oh, it's the early one. Now, Mark didn't like one of these, but I don't know why that was. That's our Mark G7NDJ. 13th, unlucky for some. Danita 3000, and it's the PR27 version. So, audio only on earphone socket. Now that's strange, because does he mean extension speaker socket? Because it's not a base station, it doesn't have an earphone socket. I'm confused already. Right, it's come with a mic, which is a standard replacement mic, which is fair enough if it's wired right. What's he say? Audio only on earphone sockets, green and yellow. I'm not quite sure what he's on about. So, something we will need to do is to sort out the power lead. I can't send it back like that. No fuse. So it may well be right. It might have been reverse polarityed and ruined. Oh, why does it do that? Why would we need to know the frequency? What's that about? This is some stupid menu. That's it. You press function, hold it, and it then says channels. I know where I am now. Yep. So, we'll plug in the microphone provided. Turn the squelch down. No hiss. Got the extension speaker. I'm not sure what this green and yellow means. Got very, very quiet hiss. It's like there's no earth return. I think the best thing to do is to plug in a Danita microphone. Well, I haven't got a microphone, but I've got the instruction book for the later version, the multi version, so it's going to be the same pinout, and hopefully it's going to tell us hopefully we'll find it in English. Yes. We've got to be careful with this one because it's got a supply outlet. So, audio, receive, transmit, ground. This isn't English, is it? No. I wonder what whatever was. So in English, we don't seem to have got... Oh, it's there. Supply out 6. I've got to start off by seeing if the mic's wired right, because it just feels like the mic's not wired right. It's as if there's no earth going through, so it seems a sensible thing to do, even if we don't mend mics. I wonder where the screwdriver is that actually fits. I'm not sure what he's on about. Green and yellow. Audio only on earphone socket, green and yellow. Of course, this is where radios with PA have the advantage that you can switch to PA and you know whether the audio amp's working. So it's a nicely wired mic. We just need to see why it's not working. So we should have, we're looking at it now that way on, 5 we should have ground, 1 we should have transmitted audio, 2 should be receive, and 3 should be transmit. Well, it looks right. You know, they're the kind of colours you'd expect. Assuming it's wired right inside the mic head. So, if we buzz through from there to there, how do I press transmit at the same time? With my knee, I think. So between 5 and 3 we should have transmit. Is this thing working? Yep. Between 5 and 3, yeah, we have. And between 5 and 2, we should have that in receive. Which we also have. I'll just temporarily put the lid on that. Well, it looks right. We better open it up. Well, in that case, have we got a duff switch inside the extension speaker socket? I can't say I like sets which have got 12 volts on the front panel like that, you know, because you only need somebody to be not sure about the wiring and ending up shorting things out. Right. Why's that happened? Well, it's been 24 volted, hasn't it? Look at the capacitor bulging there. Right. And this does, you know, no fuse in it, of course. There must be a planet where all these fuse holders go to. Is it that one? Is it that one? So, let's see. Positive shown by the shaded side. There's no point trying that, is there? It's 35 volt rated capacitor. What have they done to that? I've not looked for a circuit diagram. I wouldn't think we've got one. Right, I'll go and get capacitor. Right, well, that capacitor seems to have fixed it. So I've put the mic plug back together. I'm just now curious, if they've cut the wires to the speaker, why would anyone cut the wires to the speaker? It's another of those, what's that about kind of thing. So just see whether the speaker possibly works. Possibly works. Why would it? I wonder why anyone would cut the wire to the speaker. It's not going to make the speaker work, is it? Right. We have the right hiss. Right, I'll put the instruction book down for a moment. We'll use it to write on. 220 microfarads, 35 volts. Meter lamp works. Doesn't have PA. Socket works because we've only got two of them and they both work. I think the mic works. Tell you what, we'll go through to our hand portable. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. It's a bit quiet, but it works. So chances are that's just the way the radio's set up. So we'll tick that off as well. Okay, so is picture on? No, it isn't. And it is now. So we'll quickly go through this. It's doing 3.1 watts. So 3.1 watts. It's doing 2.9 watts on channel 1. It's doing 2.9 watts on channel 40. Have I got the wrong channel? Surely it's doing... No, it's 3.1. I must have been on 40. Out of interest, if we put it into CPT, I've not been asked to do CPT. I'll look back at the notes before I do a retune. I'm sure everybody who watches this channel knows that we do UK 40 normally, only unless requested specially to do Asia channel, seeing as EU is unusable. It's doing 3 watts on channel 1. Channel 1 CPT 3 watts. And the meter, let's go back to UK. The meter, let's go to 20. It's showing full scale deflection. It says 4 on there. So let's now turn to see what the transmit is, because we've now got test sets being on more than half an hour. 2779090. Transmitter deviation, for what it's worth on this test set, wallow, 1.2. Won't be surprised. So with that information, we'll put that into the signal generator. 2779. I was expecting to do one of our own great sets today, but 2 repairs came in the post. Those DNT base stations. I'm not sure we wanted to see any more of those. 2779090. So we're doing a fair test. Okay, well we can certainly hear receive. I wonder if someone's put power up the... If I had a circuit, see where that capacitor is. Because if you 24 volted it was a 35 volt capacitor, it doesn't figure. Right, onto the SINAD meter. Better go over to the test equipment speaker rather than the speaker mounted on the wall. Oh, it's very good. It's 0.28. .24. .84. Squelch. Squelch to full. Let's see where it is on the attenuator. If I drop the camera's remote, I'll take it back off the floor. So I want 100 microvolts, 1, 3, 10, 30, 100, 300, 100. So it's coming in at 1500 microvolts, 1.5 millivolts. And for threshold, parked at 0.3 of a microvolt, set threshold. Straight in at 0.3, there's nothing wrong with that, is there? S meter, 100 microvolts on the test set, and it reads less than that. Let's put it up to see where S9 is on this radio, and the answer is 2.5 millivolts. That's a tight-fisted meter. Right. Let's just turn the volume down. Do I need to look if we've got any notes, or can we just work our way through it? I'll have a work through it, and I'll see whether the customer has a preference. If he gets back to me within the next half hour as to whether he wants it doing 80 channel, whether he wants it doing 40 channel, because it doesn't say in his notes, and I say we would normally do always sets 40 channel, because you definitely get better performance, and to my mind there's nothing on CPT to do. So yeah, that's the initial test. Right, I ended up phoning the customer, and it's getting late, so we're doing it 40 UK, and I found out what some of these adjustments do. We've got a circuit, I've written it down what I can quickly. Start here. So picture in picture on. We're currently at 3.2 watts. Just make sure we're on UK 40. We're on UK 40. Yep. So I don't have a VCO method, but it's not being touched. He said he bought it in a batch of stuff. .2 is most we're going to get, I think. TX meter, S meter, did we come to a conclusion what 201 did? No, we didn't. Squelch. No, 203. Well, it looks like on the AM version it's AM mod. Squelch. Deviation. So we'll have a fiddle with that one. That's the only one we don't know what it does. Well, it certainly doesn't affect power, so I don't think there's a power preset. It's just the way they've done this. I could have misinterpreted that on the circuit, and it could be, there's a possibility that could be some kind of power thing as well. It is. Yeah. So we don't take it to full because that doesn't make it any more. So that's 3.8 watts. So 3.8 watts. Now it's a possibility we can just, some of these final adjustments done with these coils, I don't like this arrangement. That's too close to that. And it's so close to, that's 3.9. 3.9. When that's cooled down, it's probably even 4.1. Let's put down 3.9. And let's hope we haven't upset the symmetry. So channel 40 really wants to be within 0.1. He's 3.8. Channel 1 is 4. So that's what you'd expect. And if we go over to CPT, we're on channel 1, so the lowest channel is also 4. Well, that's a jolly good outcome. Who thinks that's a jolly good outcome? Go to the top of the class and jump off. We never did power consumption, did we? Forgot about that. And it's now 1.492 on that channel. But that's not what we're testing it on. We're just testing it on channel 20 UK. 1.525. Doesn't have low power, so that's that. So deviation, we'll go to the, we'll do that. We'll go over to the test set behind me. It tells me it's raring to go. And I bet it's the 1.4 that we've got. Wow. 1.7. Hello, I'm a mouse. Am I quiet? So where's our... I've already forgotten which one it is. It's there. Voila. There we are. It's now peaking at 2.5. That's that turned off. Ugh. 2.5. See what it says on the Marconi test set? Wow, it's just about 2.3, so not far different to what the other one says. .7, 2.2 to 2.5. Not doing that. Frequency. Everything's been mega warmed up now, so let's see where the frequency has got itself to. So just needs to pop up a bit, which on this set at least we can do. It's going. Whoa. And then it went. Do slightly high. 27,79127. So it's got room to drop, which is exactly what it will do. So let's look at the power meter, which will probably be romping across now. Yes, it's romping across, and the power meter is 105. 105 is that silly thick one there. Get the tool in that diagonally. Probably. Just 4. There we go. So that's that set. Right. Receive. So we'll now set the signal generator to 27,79125. I mean, the alignment's never been fiddled with, at least. Right, there we go. Put the oscilloscope on the inset picture, give it enough volume for a sensible trace, and let's go for the detector. It's a crystal filtered set. Very slightly out. So let's do the front end. (101). (102). (103). (104). There we are. Let's get a new reading. Have we fixed it worse? 0.27. What was it before? It was 0.28. .27. 0.23. 0.82. So it's time to fiddle. Oh, shall we do the S meter? Yes, we'll do the S meter. 100 microvolts. Still reading stupidly low. And the RX meter is 101. See whether we can get plus 30 to light. We can. Right, that leaves squelch, doesn't it? So squelch to full. So it's 100 microvolts on the signal generator. I want the squelch to open, which is the squelch preset, and it is that one there. There's a funny shaped hole in it. Another go. That's it, 100 microvolts. So now at the other end of the spectrum, straight in at 0.3, which is what it was doing before. So we've got 0.3, 100 microvolts. S meter is now correct. There we go. So not too scary. Circuit diagram, that capacitor, it goes straight to it's the coupling between the audio amplifier and the extension speaker socket. So I think if you put 12 volts up that, you'd blow that capacitor. So I think somebody's put power up to the extension speaker socket. So the only thing is, I need to bring this to a close. I haven't got time to do that. We could do it tomorrow. So we'll get the video out, and what we'll do, we've got to redo the power lead, and we've got, what did I just say? You know what? We're going to change that one as well. So that's not long for this world either. It's been affected. Anyway, we'll get the aerial on this, and then we can bring this to a close. to go to the extension speaker on the wall because of the earth return. One nine for a quick Roger. Over to CPT. Yeah. Right, we'll just see. Have we got the walkie-talkie here? When we stop shorting things out, we'll go to channel 20, put the squelch on. Go to channel 20 on here. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2 3 4 5, and then on this radio, testing 1 2, testing 1 2 3. Good. There we go. So that's the Danita 3000, not the multi version. Well, I was using the instruction book, but the PR27 97 approved version, which is UK and EU FM only. Thank you for watching.